Good morning, everyone. Good morning, families. Good morning, students. I know families can't see, but students are standing to my left and to your right on the screen. My name is Pete Curdy. I'm the principal here. This is my 8th year at Glacier Ridge, and I'm so fortunate to be here. I love my job, and primarily because of the students that are standing beside me. I love how they are always so kind and empathetic and always try their hardest. I'd like to say a couple thank yous before we dig into our ceremony. First of all, thank you to our 5th grade teachers and to our 5th grade support staff who have done a fantastic job this year. So boys and girls, please round of applause for Ms. Lodico this year. Thank you also, families, because we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you for your support and kindness and empathy this year. And I know a lot has fallen on you supporting us this year and supporting your child's education even more than you have in the past. Thank you also, families, for your flexibility. I know this is not an ideal ceremony situation being online, and I apologize for the weather. I wish I could control it. But it's kind of par for the course this year with our COVID and how it has affected a little bit of everything. But we are persevering and thinking flexibly. So thank you for your flexibility and understanding. Thank you also to Mr. JP and Kelly Axelband for their help in planning all of this. This was a lot of logistical work to do the ceremony this way. So I couldn't have done it without them. Next time it is a pandemic and it rains, we will certainly be prepared next time. Thank you for joining us on Zoom. I know it is being live streamed. It will also be recorded and emailed to 5th grade families, and we'll take a picture of everybody afterwards. So hopefully you will be able to get that, and hopefully the technology works. Each year, boys and girls, I do a speech for the parting 5th graders. So it's a little bit of a dadism and a dad lecture, but I hope you enjoy it and try not to fall asleep. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags, and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. You may have recognized that quote from the Grinch movie. This school year certainly has made my, and probably your, puzzler sore. Similar to the Grinch that stole Christmas, it feels like COVID stole our school year and the experiences that typically go along with it. It was a year of can'ts and don'ts and rules and regulations, differences and obstacles. COVID almost literally stole our parties, traditional celebrations, promotion, holiday post office, and so much more. It's hard not to think about all the things that COVID took from us this past year. Now, spoiler alert, I'm going to give you some of the plot of the movie. So if you haven't seen the Grinch movie, first, like, where have you been? There are 2 versions of it. Second, if you don't want to hear the ending, just tune me out, which most of you probably have done already. If you remember, in that movie, The Grinch has a devious plan to destroy and eliminate the happiness of all the residents of Whoville. He goes around taking all the holiday items and presents and decorations and anything that would be fun and joyous and celebratory. His goal was to make everyone as grouchy and unhappy as he was. Now, you recall in that movie, his plan didn't work. Instead, the town of Whoville joined together, supported one another, and found joy in the little things that were truly meaningful. The town sang, danced, and spent time together. They celebrated each other's company and cared for one another. They focused on what was truly important: people. Not only that, but did you notice none of them were mad at the Grinch? The people of Whoville had empathy and kindness and compassion for the Grinch, even though he was unhappy and tried to destroy their happiness. I'd like to think that the GRE community is the town of Whoville. When things became difficult and COVID tried to steal our happiness, we came together to support one another and had kindness and empathy and found joy in the important things. The GRE staff focused on building connections this year in a year of distancing, separation, and keeping to yourself. We focused on building connections. So, you are the residents of Whoville. You had to persevere this year despite things being taken away. We often preach to you about flexibility and perseverance, creativity, and innovation. At each turn, though, something was different or constantly changing. Think back to how you were learning this year. Online, orientation days, hybrid, full return. That takes flexibility. For remote students, you've had to been learning online all year. Many of you not even seeing your teacher face to face. That takes perseverance. All students had to complete assignments in a new way. Collaboration looked completely different than it had in the past. Lunch and recess was different at school. RLA students had recess on their own. All of these are examples of items that COVID stole from you. However, as the residents of Whoville, what did you do? You remained positive and learned from those experiences. You learned how to be innovative and creative. You learned how to solve problems on your own. You learned how to connect with others in different ways. You learned how to persevere when things became difficult. You learned how to remain kind and empathetic when things weren't always going right. These are things that many adults struggle with. At the end of the movie, you know that the Grinch, his heart grows 3 times bigger. Why does that happen? Because he learns from the residents of Whoville. Believe it or not, we learned from you this year. We learned that kids often have more resilience than adults. We learned that you can find joy in a lunch period where you're sitting 6 feet apart from your friends. We learned that you can still develop many close friendships, even when you can only play with the people in your class. We learned that you can still connect with others, even when you can't see them in person. Plus, we learned a lot of technology from you because sometimes you're just better at it than we are. So, I end with a thank you. Thank you for allowing adults to learn from you. Doesn't mean that we're not smarter than a 5th grader. However, I'm saying we can all learn from one another, including adults learning from kids. Also, thank you to the families of the Glacier Ridge community. This was a hard year for everyone. We thank you for collaborating with us in order to support your children. Thank you for your trust, and thank you for your kindness and empathy. So, 5th graders, good luck next year. Take what you've learned and take it with you. You'll need the knowledge that we imparted to you, but more importantly, you'll need the life skills that you learned to survive this year. You'll need to take the skill of finding joy when someone tries to steal your happiness. You'll need the flexibility and innovation when there's a roadblock in your way. You'll need the kindness and empathy even when someone is acting like the Grinch. Those will be the skills that you will likely never forget. Oh, And if you haven't seen the Grinch movie, just go see it. Thank you. Good luck next year and forever. You logistics families and students, we will call your names. And then as we read your name by Miss Lodico, if you will come up front, I will hand you your certificate. You will hold it briefly in front of the computer and camera. That way your families can see it. If you could hold your applause and clapping until everybody is up top on the risers. Once you receive your certificate and hold it in front of the camera, then you'll go on by and go up to the risers and start on the top row. Families will take a picture. We will take a picture of the whole class once they are up there. Following that, the class will go outside to the bell ceremony. So you're welcome to join us at the bell ceremony. I know it is a quick turnaround between the ceremony and then ringing the bell, but you're welcome to join us there. You can always come back later at another time and take pictures at the bell. So thank you. If you would like to sign out your children, you're welcome to do so. You can do that either at the bell ceremony or anytime after, or they will go home at their regular dismissal at the 12:25 time today. So as we read names, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Lodico, their classroom teacher.
Ready? Zaina Abu Roma. Sai Akshara Bayukurethi. Sandhi Boja. Stella Cascio. Brady Castro. Akash Jotari. Nicholas Daniel. Avery Hansen. Jake Johansson. Michael Jung. Charles Katz. Ava Ketchum. Kylie Lawrence. Kate Little. Caroline Maza. Ajay Panchal. Hayden Pantuliano. Josh Sanchez. Grant Schultz. Riker Toronto. Marley Boyce. And Gia Wingham.
Congratulations, class of 2028. Good job, guys.
Okay, keep your certificates, okay? Those are gonna come with you outside. We're gonna give the parents a minute to get here, and then we're gonna file outside to ring the bell. It's not raining, right? Fingers crossed it stays dry. Good job, guys.
Families, thank you again. It's been a pleasure to serve you. Again, if you would like to join us at the bell ceremony, you are welcome to, or you can always do it at another time. Again, you're welcome to sign out your children, or they will come home at 12:25 at the regular dismissal way. Have a wonderful summer, boys and girls. Good luck next year. We'll certainly miss you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, real quick, you guys, come down to the front, we're gonna take a selfie. Selfie.